Okay, coming into rule number 6, parallel dash lines. Okay, parallel dash lines. What do we mean by that? Okay, suppose we have this rectangle in the front and we have parallel dash line in somewhere in this rectangle. So we have two options. Either we have an extrude cut, okay, in this area in the upper side, or we have an extrude cut in the lower side. Dash lines means that there is a cut inside this part, either in this way, in this part, in the upper level, or in the lower level. Okay. Now, can you imagine that if the extrude cut is in the upper level, how can be the right side? Can you imagine that? We have rectangle, we have dash line, an extrude cut in the upper level. Okay, what are the probabilities of this part? Can you imagine? Yeah, the first probability, it can be like this. Okay, so we have in the front a rectangle, and we have an extrude cut in the upper level. Okay, and we represent that cut by drawing a dash line in the front. So there is behind dash lines mean that there is an extrude cut behind this part in the upper level. So we draw an extrude cut. Okay, we draw a dash line to say that there is a cut, an extrude cut behind this rectangle. Okay, so behind it. Okay, so we know that this would be the front of the this is the front, and this is the left side is this side. Okay, and this side is this side. Okay, so there is an extrude cut here. Okay, there is another probability. Okay, do you think, can you imagine if there is an extrude cut in the upper level, how can be another thing, another shape, not this one, another one? Okay, it can be a U shape. Okay, we see it from here as a front, as a rectangle, but in the upper level, behind it, we have an extrude cut in the middle. Okay, so from the right we can see it like this. And you can see that the dash line, okay, is the same, in the same way of this line. Okay, so there is an extrude cut dash line. It means that either we have an extrude cut in the upper level or we have an extrude cut in the lower. Dash lines means there is a cut. There is a cut behind this part. In the behind this part we have an extrude cut. Okay, so we have these two probabilities. We have this probability or this probability. Okay, very simple. So, okay, how about if the extrude cut in the lower level? Can you imagine? Yeah, think about it. What can you imagine if the extrude cut? What's the probability of the right side? Excellent. It would be an L. Okay, so I see it from here, a rectangle, but there is an extrude cut in the lower level. Okay, and we draw a dash lines. Okay, to tell to say that there is an extrude cut from this area up to this area. So we draw a dash line in this area. Okay, as you can see, in the same way. Okay, so there is an extrude cut in the lower level, which is this. So I see it from here, but in the lower level we have extrude cut. Okay, another thing, how, give me another probability. there it was U. Here we can see that it's like we call it C shape, but upside down. So from the front we see it rectangle, but there is an extrude cut here, so we draw a dash line. So always when we see parallel dash lines, it means that there is a cut inside. For where should I where can I see where this cut? I cannot see it from the front. I can see it from the right or from the top. Okay, so parallel dash lines, there is a cut inside the part. We have to see where is this cut. Okay, as we saw in these examples. Now suppose we have parallel dash lines in the front. Okay, it's either the extrude cut in the middle, or it can be in these two areas. So can you imagine if the extrude cut in the middle, what's the probability of the right? Yeah, excellent. If it's in the middle, it's a C shape, so I see it from the front as a rectangle, but from the right I have an extrude cut in the middle, so we draw a dash line in this side, and for this one I draw a dash line for this side. Now how about this? If the cut is in the upper and lower level, okay, it's a T shape. So from here I see it a rectangle, but the extrude cut here and the extrude cut down. Okay, so a dash line means that there is an extrude cut, but not from this area. I can see it from the right area or the top area, and as you can see. Okay, let's go to the rule number 7. When to use a mid-plane. When should I use a mid-plane? Because this is an important rule, I'll discuss it in the next video. Okay, I hope the dash lines rule is easy to you now, and thank you very much.